He kicks his legs when he wants his belly up. I was 4.5, and I got my first Game Boy Color, which was awesome, and I remember how excited I was. And I had this Barbie game that saved animals, which is super cool. And I had Inspector Gadget and X-Men, and I played Pokemon and all this fun stuff.
Growing up, Autumn was always very good at gaming. We played a lot of games together. We'd always play Call of Duty. My earliest memories of just playing with Autumn would be her shouting at 2 a.m., playing Call of Duty Zombies, just like yelling at someone to come follow her. Please follow me, I'm getting the zombies all after me. Or we'd play Wolfenstein Enemy Territory online. You'd hear at 1 a.m., just like, boom, headshot.
This was actually my first PC, like my family's PC. And I was definitely playing a shooter game because my hands are on WASD. The flash kind of makes it hard to see, but I think I was playing Wolfenstein, which was my favorite game back then. My earliest PC memory was when my dad actually went and bought the PC from this store. I remember going in, I remember the layout and everything. He had me put all the wires and cords in and stuff. He taught me a lot about PC and like the specs and the components of it. I remember my mom taking this photo. I always show people this photo on stream. I'm like, look, I'm an OG. Like I've been playing PC since I was a kid, so. Yeah, it's cool. I'm glad that she took these in hindsight. And my parents just went through a lot of issues together, so we were just like constantly moving back and forth, so it wasn't the best.
We did move around a lot as children, 4 or 5 different locations in Southern Ontario.
I went to 14 schools growing up, so I definitely didn't have the best childhood. I always had video games there, which was really nice, and I think that's why I love video games so much, because no matter where I was, I always had them there, and it was something constant in my life, which I didn't have a lot of constant at that time.
I think it helps with streaming because every time we moved, we had to learn the local dialect, the people, and how to talk to them. And you really learn how to like make friends in different locations and like network as well, like see who knows who from where. Try to fit in as well, which is very important in streaming. You really want to be able to fit in and be friendly towards everybody. Took me by surprise though, that she was taking gaming to the next level.
I wanted to go to school for something animal related. That was my plan in high school. On my exact 18th birthday, my friend actually dared me. He was like, you should just stream, like why not? Like you play these games every day all the time, like just try it out. And I was like, okay, sure.
Twitch is the world's largest video streaming platform, and all of it happens live. So all you need basically is a computer, a camera, and a connection to the internet, and you can basically live stream whatever it is that you happen to be doing right now. So that could be knitting, that could be cooking, that could be painting. But Twitch is predominantly known for video game streaming. People will go on there and basically play games, you know, interact with the people who are watching.
And I instantly just fell in love with it. I love that I can communicate with people and talk to people while gaming at the same time.
Thank you guys seriously so much. Holy guacamole. Tim, you're the reason we're winning.
Twitch streams billions of minutes every month into people's homes. And, you know, a lot of that is, you know, people playing video games, trying to entertain others out there.
I think it was like a month or two later, I remember like streaming every single day. Like it just became a part of me. I'd stream all night and then I'd just go to school 8 in the morning and over again every day. Full-time for streaming is like pretty much any full-time job. I feel like there's a lot of background stuff that a lot of people don't see. I usually stream 6 to 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. My family's really involved actually with like my job and stuff. So my brother actually streams on Twitch as well. My dad was fully supportive. He's still shocked to this day, like how it works. Like he's like, that's so crazy that like you can do this for a living and support yourself. My dad actually streamed a few times here and there because he's a huge gamer, and he actually comes into my stream.
This is Autumn's.
We do cooking streams, or we do scary games, or we carve pumpkins, and I love it. My community really loves seeing that relationship too.
Dad, you're getting it all over the place.
Oh.
Are you gonna clean my house?
No.
Dad!
Whoa.
Dad!
I'm just working here.
My mom, I think she still doesn't get it. She doesn't really understand it, but she's happy for me. In those early streams, I started off with CSGO. CSGO was actually my main game. I loved it. Again, first-person shooter type of thing. People from the chat would come play with me, and I started making friends that way, and then people would tell their friends, and I started building a really awesome community at the time. So I've been in a few competitions. I remember a couple of years ago, I went to a Call of Duty tournament. You had to compete online first, and I went to regionals, so I had to drive to the Cineplex, and I remember walking in, and they looked at me, and they're like, oh, sorry, like, you're in the wrong place. And I was like, no, I'm not. Like, I'm here to compete. Like, I'm here to game. Like, I'm here to win. At the time, I was like, Like, that's so weird that they say that.
FPS is a first-person shooter game. A first-person shooter is where you kind of inhabit the character, so you really put yourself in the place of the soldier and you see the gun and what the soldier would see being in the battlefield. I think it's really harder for a girl to make it in the video gaming world, especially the FPS genre, because of the stigma that there is around it. So they kind of have to prove themselves even more.
I think FPS games are generally thought of as boy games because when people think about FPS, they'll generally think about warfare. And when people think about warfare, they're generally thinking about males and soldiers going to war with each other. Yes, females are involved, but generally not on the front lines. And I think when FPS games are played by women, that same stereotype remains.
The demographics of gaming is pretty mainstream. So despite all of the stereotypes out there, the most recent figures in America show that 2 out of 3 people in the United States actually identify as a gamer.
It's so silly because I wish people just accepted that women can game too. It's not like men have an extra hand or like an extra set of eyes that make them better. We can all play at the same skill level.